Hello and welcome to a new episode of Changeling the Dreaming, Dreams Over New York. So today we have a gathering of changelings in the Bronx at Baron Cardolin's freehold. We're going to let Sigmund intro, and then Cardolin can intro, and then Apollon will intro, and then we will go from there.
It's probably just been kind of staying at the freehold with the Baron, if the Baron's cool with that. It's really fucking bad right now in New York. So he's just kind of standing there in his usual clothes. Nothing terribly fancy since he's a commoner and all. He's just kind of sitting around, waiting for things to happen.
Cardinal himself is probably going to be sitting in his high back chair, kind of probably giving himself some kind of tension massage with his fingertips on his temples. Kind of like the oh, I could have moved to France. Why didn't I move to France? You don't speak French. I could have learned French. Kind of malarkey, but. Yeah, so they're probably. I'm going to assume, Joey, that this takes place in its own slightly separate time zone from when we tore out the door, myself and Zeal, to go and chase down the Boggin with our antidote.
I'm gonna say this happens the day after, since you guys were not able to track directly where it was. So you guys can go, because that way when we do the scene, it'll be when you guys find it. That way we don't have like continuity weird issues.
That's fine. He will pour himself a glass of wine and kind of press it against his forehead, hoping that in some way this will help the headache that is currently ripping his brain apart.
Okay. All right, so as soon as Anthony intros, I will drop
it's my turn.
things.
Okay. Yep. So, Apollon, I will say that it is his first time here, and you can see the look of Is this a Gwydion freehold?
Dougal. It is a Dougal freehold.
Okay. So there's a certain bit of reverence. The respect is there. Noticing and taking sight of the she, he, bows and gives proper respect for rank and everything. Upon entering the rather large and spacious area, those that have never seen Apollon before will notice that he's not walking on the floor, and that he has these large, very massive wings. You will also notice that there's something not quite right about him, as his wings seem to, I guess, curve in a very menacing way, and the way it kind of falls on his body, there's nothing angelic about it. It looks rather aggressive. It looks very off, almost to the fact that he's banking on a fight. He is someone that is ready to meet confrontation. Who is the lord of this freehold here?
That would be me. Baron Cardlin, as I say, is seated in his high back chair at one end of the great hall. The room itself is very, very warm. You get the smell of food and wine, because there is perpetually a table laden with both in the center of the room. On either side, great cauldrons of molten metal of various different kinds are clearly visible, that bubble away happily in their own little ensconced pillared crevices in the wall. Cardlin himself is dressed in very, very fine sheathplate that bears the Dougal hammer proudly across his chest in bright gold, and a crimson cloak blows over his shoulders. His helmet is set to one side on his is set to one side on the thrown arm of his chair. You will notice one of his arms is nearly entirely composed of brass clockwork, because as Tiger keeps reminding me, steampunk is not a building material. And yeah, so he will nod his head to you as you approach the dais, and he will say, "I don't know your face, sir."
Okay, here's the first question. What kith am I looking at?
A she.
It's a she?
It's a she.
Okay. I was about to say, if this is a knocker, things are about to get loud and riled real fast, and this might be the scene. So, he bows. My name is Sir Apollon. I hear this land is in need of a hero and needs to be purged of a blight. I'm here to offer my assistance.
You will see the Baron's eyes slightly narrow, ever so slightly, as he says, "Sir Apollon, of which house?"
Sir Apollon of the very noble and great House Gwydion.
I see. He will stand slowly from his chair. You kind of hear the little clinking noise of the articulation of his armor as he says, "You will forgive me in that case, Sir Apollon. However, as it stands, the blight of which you speak, at least for the time being, wears the mask of your house.
Then he
so you
will
will
be
forgive
cleansed.
me if I..."
Then he will be cleansed, and the honor shall be restored. This is not an issue.
Very well, then. You will forgive me that I had to ask the question. However, when we are in difficult and unknown times, sometimes even friends who approach your door with a smile can hold a dagger behind their back. But I trust that you are not a such individual.
They will die like those before me. They will die like those before them. I've seen no problem with your accusation.
By the way, without looking over, he will say, "Sigmund, would you mind coming here, please?"
Sigmund will get up and walk over and say, "Yes, my lord."
Cardlin will take a piece of paper or a scroll from within from behind his cloak, and he will hold it out for you.
He'll take it.
He will say, "I'm led to understand that you are a man who believes in protecting those who are weaker than you. Is that a fair assessment, yes?"
"Yes, my lord."
"Well, until such time as the baronial council is re-established and the count is safe, this city lacks all semblance of order, and so it is that the nightmares can prey upon those of us who are out in the open or who have not been able to find safe shelter. I've given you a writ that is temporarily, at least until such time as it is overruled, assigning you as a sheriff in order to help maintain the peace, law, and order, such as it is, and to aid those who may be in danger of succumbing to the nightmares. Will you accept this charge for the time being?"
"I will accept this charge and perform it to the best of my ability."
Wonderful. Sir Apollon, as I've said, you join us in particularly dark times. The city itself is beset on all sides by encroaching darknesses, and there appear to be very few bastions of the light as yet remain. Joey, quick yet somewhat important question. Have we heard about any other have we heard about any other freeholds that are still basically manned and garrisoned, or have they all fallen one by one?
All of the, as far as you know, all of the baronial ones are still manned, but they're only manned by like squires, as far as you know.
I see. I know that a number of the commoners have left, but I will say that we will happily take as many people in here as we physically can to keep them safe. So like younger ones and people who cannot fight, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case that becomes relevant. I had intended, as a matter of fact, Cardinal will say, rising, to go and see the state of the other baronial freeholds that we can yet access in the city, to see who it is that might still be there and able to take up arms. Sir Athlon, if you would be interested, you may accompany me.
I will. Thank you for your generous offer, my lord.
He will he will nod at Sigmund as if to say, "Yes, Sigmund, you're coming too, and your hammer and your axe, etc." Before they will. I will make you a hammer. Okay, it's now on the to-do list. Are you happy now? The to-do list that's like a mile long and includes, I don't know, making someone a new tongue. I gotta make someone a new tongue.
Or a great axe and a great hammer. And I'll just carry all three of them around at all times, depending on what I need to hit.
What tool do I require for violence today? Well,
all of them. Okay.
So wait, hang on. How is he wielding a great sword in one hand, a great hammer in the other, and a great axe in his mouth? He found a way.
I'm just gonna go fucking Zoro on this.
I'll be back in. So I think that's a good idea. I think, Joey, the plan is we're going to try and scout out and see any of the freeholds that are still basically up and active, to try and get a head count and a census of what still remains and whatever else have you. But in the meantime, I just have to go to the bathroom quickly.
I do have an important question. Are you guys going via the Dreaming or via the Grey World to these freeholds?
I'm not leading this expedition.
That's not a last question.
I'm but a lowly knight.
Referring to the good Baron.
Okay. Okay, so as soon as Evan comes back, we can figure that out, because that will affect what happens. Hey.
Also, do you have a list of like barons and stuff that are like active?
I don't have. It's not updated.
PC,
But is actually the only Baron that is active right now.
Okay.
But if you go to in the setting info, there is a list of the Barons of the city.
I have an idea, and you're gonna get upset, but it's gonna be okay.
Is someone getting a promotion?
Are you going to declare yourself?
Oh hell yeah! Who's gonna stop me? You're not here. And then if they say something stupid, it's be like, all right, I accept your fee, all right. Wait, what? Yeah, it's happening.
Take my barony and put my blood if I must.
I too shall add your skulls to the throne.
Skulls and on pikes outside your.
Fucking got bashed in the pumpkin nonsense.
And he's like, "Hey, are you here to dispute my right to a barony? Because you can ask that to the skulls outside and figure out how well."
How well it went. I'll be right back.
Awkward silence is awkward. And I find out Evan, like, oh, sorry, you go.
Kind of be practicing with the sword that he was given, so he can get the weight adjusted and all that and used to it.
Okay. The three women who came to the freehold the other night, they're watching Sigmund. They're like standing over to one side watching him practice.
I've got a new idea, and it's kind of crazy. I just thought of it. I need to buy Sigmund a bar that we need to make into a freehold, and we need to call it Nottingham's, so he can be the sheriff of Nottingham.
God damn it. Okay.
Sorry, what I missed?
We were waiting for you to come back because they're letting you decide. Are you going to the other freeholds via the Dreaming or via the Grey World?
I'm assuming we're probably going to go via the Grey World unless I'm being universally overruled.
Okay. So yes, you're able to go.
What was that, Tiger?
I was just saying, Anthony and I have already said we're deferring to the Baron on this, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys are walking the streets, which freehold are you going to first? Because you have the freehold in the Bronx, you have the freehold in Manhattan, and the one in Queens, one in Brooklyn.
Since it's the nearest, let's go to the one in the Bronx.
One that you've already been seeing holding priceless items from their treasury after they awaken from a coma.
Yes, because what could possibly go wrong?
So as you guys are traveling the streets to Brightholme, it is a very dark, like the clouds are out. It's not a very bright day out, and then there's very few chimera on the streets. There's even fewer changelings on the streets of the city. Walk up to the brownstone that houses the baronial seat. You realize that the doors are shut. The gate is actually shut, and it's not unlocked like it was last time.
I'll fight you, Tiger. Should we do the whole? Let's do the whole bang, 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 bang knock.
Yep. Nothing happens.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't denying a changeling access to a freehold breaking the sheet?
Denying succor in a freehold. I'm pretty sure they actually have to be in danger first.
We're in this city at this time. We're in danger.
I know.
I look at the door. I look at the troll. I look at the door. I look at the troll.
I mean, I do have strength 5.
Will you cut out, Tiger? What'd you say?
Happen. You said it's like a gate that's like locked up and shit.
Like it's one of the really fancy gates you have.
Okay. Is the lock like try and like grab it, or is it like built into the gate?
It's built into the gate.
Then I'm gonna just start shoulder checking the gate as hard as I can for as long as I can.
Okay, so then you first check it. Make me a wits. Just make me a wits alertness roll, please.
I'm okay with that. I can watch alerts. I'm assuming standard diff.
Yes.
Four successes.
So as you shoulder check the gate, you hear the whirring noise from inside it, and you see a little minigun pop up, like chimerical miniguns pop up from the top of the gate and aim down at you. So you get a chance to dodge before they start firing. So roll dexterity athletics.
Okay.
2 successes to get far enough away that they're not going to automatically open fire.
I got exactly 2 successes.
All right, so you're out of the way, and they're whirring, and they're like scanning the area like back and forth right in front of the gate, but they're not firing on you guys.
Huh. All Cardinal can think in his head is, God, I need some of those. He's going to very calmly take out a notebook, and he's going to write, was refused access to freehold. We'll discuss breach of the escheat later. ...
I mean, there's also the other part of the sheet where the Lord writes it immense, where, technically you can do that if he wants.
Oh yeah, but the Lord's dead, or not here.
Mm-hmm. But if his last command before he disappeared was, nobody shall enter my freehold, well...
That's fair. In that case, we will try one of the other less hostile freeholds, or hopefully less hostile freeholds.
So which one are you going to go to next?
I do not know the geography.
What are you saying, Tiger?
But it doesn't work. So don't worry about it.
I do not know the geography of New York at all, so whichever one is the closest.
Okay. I believe, and Anthony, I know you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the next closest one would be Manhattan.
Yes.
Okay. So
Isn't that the evil Baron's freehold though?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're not checking that one. I don't want to die.
Yep. So then the next closest would be, let me pull up a map of New York. So the Bronx, Manhattan. So the Queens freehold would be slightly closer than the Brooklyn freehold.
To the Queen's freehold.
All right, so the Queens one is Tamed Lightning. So as you guys are freehold, so it's probably going to be pretty similar action. So as you guys, trump through the city, everybody make me perception kenning rolls, please. City. Difficulty 8.
I have. Nope. I have one success.
Yep. Okay. You want to roll for it, Anthony?
I am.
Okay. Awesome. Where's Staten Island, though?
3 successes.
3 successes. All right. So, sorry, just get my thoughts in order. Cardinal kind of picks up on the feeling of a little bit of a glamour around you guys, but both Apollon and Sigmund can feel like this glamour hanging over you guys, along with this really sneaking feeling of you're being watched.
Perception alertness
Go for it.
or investigation at that point.
Well, are you specifically searching for somebody watching you guys nearby, or just kind of taking a look around to see if there's people around?
The latter.
The latter? Okay, so that would be alertness.
Yeah, I'm a roll that too.
Okay.
One success.
All right. With 1 success, there's a couple of mortals on the streets, but you know they're not really acknowledging you guys. They're kind of just going about their business. Nobody's like following you guys or anything. Nobody appears to be following you guys. You don't even see really any chimera near you. You see a couple of like cloud-shaped chimera drifting through the sky, but they're heading away from you guys.
Suspicion and paranoia. Cabin investigation. Now I'm looking for people.
Go for it.
Oh, no successes.
So you don't see if anyone is, you don't pick up on if anyone is like hiding behind like something or nothing in particular. So does anybody else want to make that check, or just you guys just gonna keep heading for the freehold?
I'll give it a shot. Why not? Feeling and there's nothing really there. So. I failed. Didn't botch. Failed.
Okay. So you do not pick up anything either. So as you guys
shit, guys, just a quick moment. I'm after just being informed from downstairs where there was a party going on that my uncle has apparently fallen and we think may have broken his leg, and I'm the only one sober enough to drive him to the hospital, so I probably better go and do that.
You should.
Okay.
Well, shit.
Yeah, so just have Cardlin just, I don't know, or what was it, Joey, you have his stat line if you want him to do anything or roll anything other than that. Like, I better go and do this, so I'll talk to you guys later.
Great. Good luck. Okay. Continue through the city. You eventually reach the freehold of Tarafalas. It's in like a warehouse, off the beaten path sort of thing. What you see in the dreaming for the outside of this is a very welcoming looking Taurian mansion. With doesn't have a gate like the other place did, but the doors are like huge and barred. And there's some spotlights like on it that are moving, but you don't see anything really other than that.
Okay.
So what do you guys do?
Are there any humans about?
There are Make a perception alertness reflexive to see.
Nope.
Damn, those ones.
I got 2 successes.
With 2 successes, there are no humans around, but there are no cameras either.
You said there were spotlights, right?
There are spotlights, but they are on the freehold itself.
On the freehold itself. Make my way to the freehold.
Okay.
Is there like a seneschal or anything outside?
There is no one outside.
Is there anything past the spotlights? I'll take it at a higher depth.
Okay, you can go ahead and roll it.
Nothing.
Okay. That's actually, if it's at +1 diff, that's actually a botch.
Oh, okay.
So you're pretty sure you see someone aiming at you from one of the windows with what looks like a sniper rifle.
Mm-hmm.
So have fun with that.
Oh, so it's obviously an honor drone. So I will go and take flight.
Okay. And are you heading for said window?
Yes.
So are you gonna like crash through it or just fly up to it and like hover?
And fly up to it and hover.
Okay. So once you get there and hover, you see what looked to be like someone aiming a sniper rifle down. It was actually like a telescope that was pointing down at you guys. There's nobody in it, but you can see there's like drops of water, like where someone would be standing, like someone had been standing there previously.
Oh, okay. So land there. Oh, there was drops of water. That's saying that somebody was there.
Yeah, there's drops of water, like somebody was dripping while they were standing there looking through the telescope.
Mm-hmm. Is there a way to open the window?
It looks like it's a very tall window. It looks like you could maybe push it open. Will require just a base strength check, but you could probably push it open from the outside. Diff 4, because it's not gonna be super difficult. The main problem you'd have is keeping your balance and not falling like off the ledge.
I think I got it.
Yes, so it creaks open after a second. You have to use your wings to kind of push yourself forward a bit, so you don't fall off the ledge backwards, but you're able to push it open.
I will go down and get the retainer.
Okay. So you're gonna go down through the freehold, or just like okay?
We're in the shit now, and I'm getting bored. So.
Okay, so as you're walking through the freehold, there's signs of habitation, although not of a great many people, but there's no sign, but you don't actually see any people.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I was going to go and get Tiger's character.
Oh, okay. So you're like gonna fly down and then like bring him back, bring him up. Okay, so yeah. I'm gonna say you're able to do that. Your strength rating is, I think, 4, right?
It's like 3.
Okay, I'm gonna say if Sigmund has Wayfair, does he not?
He does.
Yeah, if you were have any issues with it, he'd be able to help you get up there. So you're able to get him up to the window pretty easy. You guys make it through the window. So what do you guys do?
Start exploring.
Okay. So make me perception investigation checks just to get any fine details, but there's still the signs of habitation. It looks like, people have been living here, although not a lot of people, but you don't see any people.
This is standard
At this
diff?
point, it's a plea for help. So
Yes, it is standard.
I failed.
2 successes.
So 2 successes. As Apollon happens to be prowling down a corridor, he hears what sound like the very light sounds of crying in the corridor.
He'll turn around to are you playing a commoner or is she? This is important.
He's a troll, so commoner.
Okay. He's not stupid. So he'll turn around to the troll, put a finger up to his lips and say shh. And he'll like point that way. So right now then it becomes like a dex stealth.
Yes. Go ahead and roll it. It's gonna be standard def because they're not paying a ton of attention.
So he knows that he's not sneaky, and also his granite skin makes it difficult, like even more difficult for him to sneak.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's gonna point forward, point at himself, and then point down to signify I'll stay here. Yell, and I will be there.
Avalon will give him the thumbs up. Where's my blue puppy? Okay. Why am I so bad at this? Okay. That is a dex plus. Yeah, okay. Do it. He's not actually he's gonna like take flight a little bit and not make footsteps. So
I'll add +2 dice to your roll.
Okay.
And if you don't have stealth, it would remove the. I believe it's a skill. It would remove the penalty for not having a skill.
Ooh, go. I have a spec and it does have a dexterity spec. I actually did agile.
I'm gonna say that would apply if you're like trying to move like quickly, or like hit something or dodge something. But for this, I'm gonna say it's not gonna apply for this. You still have 3 successes.
That's fine.
So yes, you're able to make your way into the room quite stealthily, hovering and you kind of modulate the way the flapping of your wings so that they don't really create much sound as you hover down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And you come to it looks like a little pantry almost is the room that you come to, with the door slightly ajar.
Peek in.
Okay. So as you peek in, you see a very small childling hiding behind the door. She appears to be of Bogan Kith. And she's like hiding behind the door with like a burlap sack, like kind of hiding behind, even though it's not big enough to completely hide her.
Okay. Kind of. I guess since she's like unaware of me, kind of fly in. Right next to her.
Oh dear. Once you are you still attempting to hide when you land next to her, or are you just kind of landing next to her? Okay.
Landing next to you, that's a dick move. Not trying to cake a kid. Not that type of game.
So she'll look up when you land and she kind of hides back from you.
Hey, where's you? We came here for help. What's happened?
sorry, someone was talking to me. She'll. So basically, said we came here for help. What happened, right?
Yeah.
She'll
Like he
kind of.
puts up his hands and like gets to her level, so it's like not. I take that for what you will. He does look scary. So
Yeah, that is what I was thinking. He does have murderous mean.
Yeah.
She still kind of like shrinks back, but she says they came and they took everyone.
Who came?
The knights. They were in shining armor, and is he? Quick question: is he wearing any is he wearing House Squidion's symbol anywhere on him?
He hasn't pledged himself to anyone yet, but he does have it's like not an obvious one like a blazing because he doesn't have sheet plate. So I'll say it's not like readily visible.
Okay, yeah, she just says. She just kind of says, well, that they were wearing a symbol. It was like a griffin, I think it was.
Oh, no.
And that everyone had to go with them, and they took my brother, but I didn't want to go with them because the one he was scary, and he hit my brother when he said he didn't want to go with them. She looks to be about 4 or 5, by the way, in age.
Fucking heartstrings. Apollon will hold out his hands. We're going to get them back.
She'll nod and she'll kind of slowly come out from behind the back. Is he like holding his hands out for her to like pick her up?
Yeah.
Arms. And she is shaking. She's obviously very scared.
Scoop up.
Yeah. And she'll just kind of be like kind of sitting there, his arms shaking. She says, how are we going to get them back?
With blood and fire. He just says blatantly.
And she just nods.
Apollon is not a father figure.
Becomes like an adopted father. An adoptive father. It's like, well, that went there. That happened.
This is not my child. I will probably scar this child before the night is over. But
yeah.
Mentally. I should hope mentally. Honestly,
but I will,
pretty bad.
I will go back to the troll. I don't think I've actually asked your name, noble troll.
Sigmund Nicholas.
No house?
No, sir.
What's your name, little one? As he just kind of looks up, towards his shoulder.
Shit, making me think of names on the spot.
Yeah, because
Lucy.
Lucy, you're going to be my ward, and I'm going to murder anything that gets near you. Okay?
And she nods. She nods, and she kind of smiles. It's a little bit of a shy smile, but she'll smile.
You said Apollon has a murderous mien, right?
Yes.
Gonna murder anyone that gets close to you. Sigmund takes like one step back.
I can't harm somebody else's vassal. He kind of looks at Sigmund.
Just making sure.
The laws of etiquette says I can't. What does your brother look like? Is your brother a she? A Bagan?
And she kind of scratches her head. It was a big deal when he became like me, but I can't remember the word they used for his kith. It was really unusual though. And she kind of starts kind of trying to sound it out. Give me just a second. I have to go through the book really quick.
Oh
So,
boy.
Depends on if we're going loud, like kicking into Mike's front door, like, yo, I heard you want to see this.
right? They said he was more Morganid.
Okay. Changeling, did you give lords at the beginning of the game? Because I didn't take any.
No, we were just using Greymare for anything related to dreaming, and honestly, prodigals too, because that's what it says in the book. So we
Okay.
don't need lores.
All right. So intelligence, green.
Yep, be standard difficulty because they're not like I don't think they're Gallane. I think they're technically Cathane as well. Okay, so you're pretty sure a Morganed type of fairy. You're pretty sure it's one of the elemental fairies that the sessile ones you think you've heard them called.
Mhm.
But you're pretty sure this one is associated with darkness in some way, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
Darkness.
I got one.
Darkness
Yes.
fairy. He kind of says out loud.
Sigmund would know that they are a type of sea fairy. They're also known as sirens. And the girl says, "Well, he wasn't dark. He had like really really pretty scales. They were rainbow color."
Sigmund feels not Sigmund. Apollon feels incredibly stupid. Like what? Oh, what am I thinking of? Anyway, the Griffin I would know is House Gwydion, right?
Yes.
No. Hmm. Is there anyone else here? Lucy?
She shakes her head. No, they took everyone. Everyone but me.
Is there an armory here?
And she thinks, well, there's one. If you go down this hall and then go left, that at the very end of the hall, there should be. I think they called it the armory.
No, he'll take a flight there.
Okay. So it's just a very standard armory. A lot of the stuff in the armory is more like it's got like swords and stuff, but they have like some of the swords have like laser targeting things on them. It's basically like if you imagine what a knocker would do to medieval weaponry.
Apollon looks deeply offended. Like, who did this? A sword? What is this? Swords don't have eyes. He kind of looks at it in disgust. He's just like, is there like a normal one here? Is there a normal one here?
Lucy actually walks over and she digs through like a chest and she pulls out a little dagger. It's a fairly normal dagger. She says, "Well, this is what they trained me with. It doesn't have any knocker stuff on it."
He looks. Sighs. Well then. Picks up the dagger. This will just have to do.
She kind of says, "I really wanted to use the battle axe, but they said I was too little." And she kind of pouts.
Battle axe for decapitation. Kind of just says not really something used for training. But I admire your spirit.
And she
Horrible
grins.
As Apollon says, when we siege the castle, I will feel very bad for taking a 4-year-old with me. I have retainers that will look after you.
And she
Do you
kind of
like,
nods,
do you like the clouds?
and her eyes go really big. I love looking at clouds. It's one of the things I like to do whenever we have clear days here.
All right. So with that, gonna say that for verity's sake, I will say that Apollon's freehold is in Queens somewhere,
Okay.
and there is a like mm, a few minutes away from this place. There's like something floating in the sky. Kind of looks like um very Greek, very Grecian um
Mm-hmm.
temple like place in the sky with like squires and stuff.
Okay.
And he will yeah, he has 2 points in lightning, so he can have that.
Yeah.
Okay, and he will bellow for like his squires, and Lucy is under our charge. See that she's taken care of.
They come running around the corner. They're two very, very rambunctious wilders. You know, they run around the corner when he bellows for them. Kind of, one of them manages to come to a full stop, and the other runs into his back and falls over and looks up at Apollon. And then they both nod. Of course, we'll keep her safe. One says, we can like, throw off the clouds and then we can catch her. The kids usually love that because they both are winged as well.
He'll look at Lucy. Is this okay? Is this sufficient, Lucy?
Her eyes are really big, and she says, "Catch me."
Should I beat them?
And she considers it for a moment and says, "Catch me." She says that very seriously, very matter of fact.
Only because Lucy said no, you two are going to get beaten within an inch of your lives.
Aims up at them.
And he will take like a minute and fly back down to Sigmund. So he seems like her family was abducted by the sodding disgrace of a Gwydion. Are you up for liberation? By liberation, meaning everyone is going to die, except you, because you're not my vassal. The Dougal's vassal.
He'll just say, I think that was the plan.
Do you know where such places? Do you know where such a place is? The Gwydians.
To know.
Joey, would that be common knowledge?
Yeah, it would become common knowledge that the Gwydian Baron is the ruler of Manhattan.
Oh, fuck, we're gonna fucking siege Manhattan. Feel like it's a way for more people. But also, this is Apollon, and Apollon's not about that life.
That's fair.
And etiquette to say, hey, I know I'm a commoner and you're a knight, but this is a totally stupid fucking idea.
Also, this is Anthony, and and I'm all about kicking open the front door.
God damn it.
All I'm saying is I've got backups in mind. This is all I'm saying.
He'll look at the troll. What's the troll wearing?
He's just wearing like commoner clothes. Like he's got he's got a tunic on, and that's about it.
He'll look at the troll and ask him if he's fit for battle.
About as fit as I usually am. Like, kind of looking thing going on.
He'll kind of like, not disrespectfully, kind of tug on his clothes. Like, is this Dougal make? Is there something I'm unaware of?
Yeah.
Does he say no or yes?
He says I have very tough skin.
Fly. He'll look. It seems that he's assessing the situation. But Apollon also has this beautiful flow. So like,
God.
Is it over?
no, he does not have overconfidence. All right, good. So, so this is not like a cape scenario.
Are you guys still in the dreaming, by the way?
Yeah.
So, as you guys are, I'm assuming, thinking of this siege that you're planning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a horn goes off in the dreaming, quite close to you.
Mm-hmm.
Just a type of horn.
Mm-hmm.
You can make perception alertness rolls if you'd like.
Two successes.
Okay.
I got one.
So you both quite clearly hear the sound, the tramp of armored boots marching towards you.
Fly up, get a vantage point. What am I looking at?
Sigmund's
Okay.
just-
What you're looking at is there is a woman in very ornate armor leading a troop of about human shaped, like humanoid chimera in full battle armor marching towards you guys.
Mm-hmm.
The woman this is what she looks like, obviously just in armor.
That's about to
and
be
she
gay.
is,
I hope you know that.
I mean, you're gonna have to fight Tim. You're gonna have to fight Tim.
That's okay. This is a fated thing. He's a Gwyn. I'm a Gwyn. He's a Scathach. He's automatically lower than me. So,
Yeah, they are marching towards. They are both marching towards you guys, or they are marching towards where you guys were.
Fly to greet her.
Yeah, Sigmund will walk forward, standing a respectful distance behind the Quidian, since he is not of equal rank. But knows, like, if something happens, he is ready to jump in.
And she looks at Apollon and says, "We heard you were planning to siege the palace of the Pretender. I thought you might like some backup."
Cocky grin. By you by my side, I will do no less.
And she kind of smirks and bows. "Lady Aaliyah, Knight of House Scathach."
Wait, is this the
Oh!
is this like we fought the Hydra with?
Yes, this is the woman you fought the Hydra with.
Okay, Sigmund will give a nod to her.
Oh, in the fields. Oh. Oh.
I'm sorry, Anthony. She was already determined as a Scathach.
Ah, she's dirty. No. He looks at her, and you can just see the crestfallenness in his face. Like, as soon as she says "scat," that's like, and he's just like, "Well, man."
She says, "My army isn't able to leave the dreaming, but it's not far from here in the dreaming.
Well, I guess you'll just have to make do with me, won't you?
And she kind of chuckles. She is wearing like her armor. She has like 2 swords strapped at her waist, and she also has like a crossbow built into her gauntlets.
All right, so Xena Warrior Princess is definitely coming. So, with that, I will cast the first level on myself.
Yep, Dragon's Ire.
Of Dragon's Ire. I will add the time realm, the first level of it, to double the duration. And
you don't want to triple it?
Triple the duration.
Okay.
And as a bunk, in true Spartan fashion, Apollon will flap his wings and start beating his chest and start bellowing.
Okay, so it's gonna be base stiff 7 because we're in the near dreaming. Go up by 1 for time. Let's say -2 for the bunk. So 8 and 6. Standard
Apollon
diff.
is Arcadian, isn't he?
Yes.
So his Fendi realm's time, which means it goes
Yes,
down by
my
1.
Fendi realm is time, so it's 5.
5. Yes. And then it's Fae plus Dragon's Ire.
So that I'm spending a point of willpower.
Okay.
So that's 2. No, excuse me. 2, 3. And a point of glamour, actually. And a point of glamour before I roll.
What's the glamour for?
Does glamour in C20 give an automatic success or lower the difficulty?
I don't think it does. Let me double check.
Double check for me. I haven't played.
That's
Noir.
fair. It does not. Although it's weird, it requires one, but I think since you guys are in the dreaming, since you guys are in the near dreaming, I don't think it requires glamour. Let me double check. I gotta check. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to spend the glamour.
Okay. So willpower for if you allow it.
Yep, willpower for not a success.
3 successes.
All right, so each success allocated. Okay, so you get cantrip's activation roll must be between efficiency and duration. Success allocated to efficiency adds 1 dot of strength or 1 die of damage. Each success, yep. So it's per round, and that'll triple the rounds.
I should actually wait for that until we're actually in combat. Never mind.
That's right. What I can do is you can like allocate it now, and I'll say that you like used it right before you went into combat.
That's fair. So
Is that cool?
say what?
Wait, say Tiger, you broke up.
I want to do the same thing if that's cool.
That's fine.
You want to efficiency? You said.
So for every point you put in,
let me actually bring up my book so I can stop being a fucking noob.
Hey.
Excuse me.
So for bunks, he's going to draw his sword and like do the bowing down, like sword pointed down onto the ground. Yeah, with the hilt at my face towards the people that outrank him, aka literally everybody else.
I'm down with
And
it.
I'm gonna say that's a -2.
And he'll say, I pledge to guard and fight to the best of my ability and ensure we all leave alive.
That's a -3 because that is a bit more Dragon's Ire.
So total of -3?
I guess 2 to duration
It'll last for 6 rounds. And then
1 to strength.
Okay. All right.
So that gives me a strength of 4. Sweet.
That'll pop. And this, I'll say that you did that right before you attack the hold.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just basically kind of skip it forward for you.
Thank you.
I will. 6. Cool. 4 successes total.
So did you add? I can't remember. Did you add time?
Yes, I did. Okay. So I will put 2 into duration, 2 into effect, adding
Yes.
2 to my strength.
Okay, it's
Rounds,
plus, so it triples the duration.
Yeah, and if you
Okay, so
don't put any
2.
successes to duration, it's single round. Plus 1 is 3.
So you put 3 in, you said? Or 2?
I put 2 successes into duration, 2 into effect. Each
But if
success
you,
into duration increases the duration, and it starts off at 1 round if you put 0 successes
okay.
per book.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So it would be 9 rounds. So that would also be the same for Apollon.
Hello? Yeah, all right. Come. Hold on. Gotta get the door. Be right back.
Gotcha. And then after this, I'm gonna get some food because I'm starving.
So today we had these steak sandwiches with toast.
Ooh, sounds yummy.
It's pretty fucking good.
Yes, we of this assault narrated. But there will be a part that you guys will actually like fight out.
Okay. I should buy up Dragon's Lair.
Yeah.
I got like 1 dot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Yep. So Lady Aaliyah and her army is just going to start marching towards where the Baron's freehold is in the Dreaming.
I'm down with that.
Yep. So as you guys travel, you reach the Dreaming side of this freehold, and it is a large castle with it doesn't have a ton of defenders. It looks like maybe 20, 30 people defending it, but they're all Kithane, all in full armor. And some are manning like ballistas.
Oh.
And when they see the army, you hear the shouts of alarm and everything.
Exposition?
Yes, you can go for it.
If you desire your lives, you do not need to fall for your Baron's cowardice actions. allow me to grant you pardon, but if you do decide to take this stance, I will murder each and every one of you. Charisma, intimidation.
Yes, and don't forget your murders may be a bonus.
Oh, goodness. So that is charisma, intimidation. Okay, that's impressive. I believe that's a diff 3.
I believe so, because blue murders mean is -3.
4 successes.
Okay, so most of them kind of back off. There's only a few of the more loyal ones are still like guarding.
Mm-hmm.
You see one dude ride out on a horse wearing extremely ornate armor, and he's charging down at you guys. And as he charges, he waves his sword, and you feel a rush of glamour come out of him as a chimerical army manifests behind him.
Mm-hmm.
With your army.
Let's do it.
Yep, he is heading directly for the PCs. So, a niche roll.
You're a chimerical army, right?
Yes, but we are in the dreaming, so.
This is probably a bad time.
What's up? You cut out.
This is probably a bad time to mention I have a chimerical magnet claw.
Oh, dear. So,
Oh, dear.
Lady Aaliyah will be keeping them off of your guys' back so you can focus on this dude.
Okay.
It does stand to mention she is a sight to behold when she fights. Like, she's darting between people, like slashing. Her wrist, like, crossbow seems to be automatic, so like she'll like slash and shoot a dude with her crossbow and same motion. It's like, it's pretty cool.
Not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie. Tim might have a fight on his hands. Will I slum it?
What is your dexterity, Tiger?
16.
Both my dex and wits are 3.
What is your wits at?
3.
Yep. Where is Sigmund? Sigmund will be going before dude, bro.
Sick.
So I'm gonna push the initiative order inside you, and this is where your guys' cantrips will have kicked in. So it is Apollo's action first.
Stabby, stabby.
All right, go for it.
Okay. All right. So I'm operating on a diff 4 because it's a knife. And one, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, just using the
four.
knife.
Yeah. He hasn't actually been given his night sword yet. He's supposed
Gotcha.
to go.
All right, so 5, 6. He is going to attempt to parry.
Mhm.
So you have one roll over.
Oh. Mhm. Knives do a point of lethal.
Yep, +1.
So that is
Plus your +1 from plus your strength. Plus your rollover. 1. So it should be dice of damage, I think.
6 dice damage.
Gotcha.
That's still pretty
And-
fucking crazy with a fucking knife.
Right?
No damage.
No damage. Okay, so damage rolls.
Wait, do one
Yeah, I was gonna say damage rolls because I was literally about to say this actually beforehand. Damage rolls and soak rolls do not have -1s. Ones don't subtract.
2 damage.
Jesus, he soaks it.
Mhm.
He is in full armor, so that brings it to Sigmund's action.
Slashing at him with my longsword.
Long
He's already
swords
taken
are
his action.
Yep.
He's already taken his action to parry, right?
a treasure.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So he gets essentially it's his treasures. He gets 1 free parry around.
Gotcha. So he could try and parry this one.
Yes, if he decided to. That would consume his action.
I got 1 success.
Yep, you hit. He's not gonna dodge.
And how much are our longswords again?
Plus 2.
+3.
Plus
I believe
3.
they changed them actually to +3 in C20.
They're good now. Oh wow.
Let me find it. Weapon tables.
Yeah.
Melee weapons. Strength is +2. Or sword is +2. Broadswords are +3.
Yeah.
This represents any large sword that can be used with 1 or 2 hands, including both broadswords and
+3.
katanas. So I'd say a longsword fulfills that criteria.
Okay, I'll take that extra die. I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm. Jesus, great sword. Great swords are difficulty 5? What the fuck?
That's silly.
Then,
Your difficulty
That's
5,
fucking
strength +6.
why do you think I want one so bad? Jesus.
Fucking
Don't
give one to apple on Jesus Christ. Fucking chop, 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 chop.
6 successes.
All right. Let's see how much of it he soaks. Swear to God. I swear to God. What the
Fucking
fuck?
guy. Sounds
God.
gonna be shenanigans.
Like, this dice gen, like, every time I'm storytelling, my player's like, oh yeah, I did like 6 successes. I'm like, they soak all of it. Like, what the fuck, dice gen? Okay. So for his action, that big troll, you dented his armor some. He's gonna swing for Sigmund because he's like, what the fuck? That hurt. That almost hurt. He's
First,
gonna roll.
I can soak with my stamina because we're in the dreaming, right?
Yes.
I got 3 successes.
He actually hasn't rolled damage yet. That was only his 2 hit. He only got 2.
So 3 successes to soak.
So it's 8, 9. Let me check his stats. Make sure that's. Oh no. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Bring it. I'm not fucking scared. Never scared.
You sound a little scared.
I'm not scared. I'm scared.
Oh, Jesus. Take 4
A little
lethal.
scared. Yeah, a little scared now. Okay. Good thing I got willpower for days.
You soaked 3 of it, though, so you only take 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings it back up to Apollon's action.
Chop, 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 chop.
Go for it. Since he turned to face Sigmund, you get +1 dice to hit for side flank.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep. So he is not going to parry it because he's facing the wrong way.
So that's 5 plus 1 plus 4. It's 9 dice.
Let's do it.
Two successes. 3. Sorry.
3. Jesus. I don't have like.
As in,
I said
he's
Jesus.
our Lord.
Knives don't have like.
Savior.
They don't have piercing.
Our Lord.
Do they? Knives don't have piercing. No, that's storehouse. E. To Sigmund's action.
Chop, 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 chop.
The one balanced. And yeah, chop, 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 chop.
Okay.
But
For
the
the
willpower
full-
to Darwin.
Gotcha.
I don't remember what the wound penalties for lethal are, but they are enough to make it.
That's injured, so
Okay.
you're at -1.
This one? I kind of need all I can get right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and spend.
That's fair.
I got 2 successes to hit.
Right? He is going to try and parry. Because he is facing you. 3 success. So he just barely parries it. And for his action, he's going to use the combat as his bunk. Let me go to my book. So it's going to be -2 for his bunk. Where's Dragon's Ire? It's just like I can't find you. And so basically, after he parries Sigmund's blow, he's going to flick his blade behind him. He's using Fey, so that's 3 plus 4. All right. That's under def. Not spending willpower. Jesus. Okay, so willpower plus glamour plus additional successes on the activation roll. So a bolt of like a shadowy tendril shoots out of his blade at Apollon. He's using Holy Strike. He's only willpower 4 though, so. I say that, and willpower 4 and glamour 4 is 8 dice plus 5.
I could be dead right now.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. 8 plus 5. It's like I wasn't meaning to kill you guys off. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
This is only lethal though, so you can still soak it.
With what?
Stamina and any armor you have. That's 6 lethal. You get stamina soak though.
Okay. All right. So I take, what was that? 4 lethal?
I was. Ouch. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Okay. So I'm alive. Barely.
5. How many extra health levels did Sigmund have, by the way? He just had, I think, 1, right?
Hmm?
Sigmund just had 1 extra health level, right?
No, he doesn't have any extra health levels.
Oh dear. What would mean 1, 2? I mean, you'd be on wounded with 4 health levels of damage. You guys are both wounded at this point, and it
Yep.
is Apollon's action.
Okay. So it's time to push the panic button.
Kinda.
And it's time to like make good on my promises. And dear God, let's fucking do it. Fucking Apollon, Anthony, why are you doing this? Because you really don't care. Okay. So Apollon kind of extends his wings and bellows. You see sigils and things appear, sigils and markings appear on his wings as lightning kind of starts to like envelop him. You see the anger and fury in his eyes. He's gonna go for a dragon's ire unleashing.
Okay,
Kill him!
so that's gonna be 2 glamour spent.
Yep.
I need to just make sure it doesn't, like, being in the near dream doesn't add like dice or anything. You're gonna take a nightmare.
That's fine.
So let me go. I have a counter for how many nightmare dice you guys have gained and seen. So you roll glamour plus your nightmare dice, so that should be 5, 6, 7 dice.
7 dice.
Let me make sure you don't get an extra one for being in the near dream, because you might. No, it is same, and it is difficulty 7. 7 dice at difficulty 7.
And I have to get more than how many?
If you get more than your rating,
In Dragon's Eye?
then it overcasts, and I narrate what happens. But if you get under or at your rating, then you narrate what happens, and then we'll roll damage as glamour plus willpower, plus roll over from it the activation. Well, no, not roll over, because you only have one dragon's eye, right?
Right.
So otherwise, it would be.
Am I rolling in the wrong spot? Looks that way. Where am I rolling? What channel am I in? Okay. Where am I?
Rip.
Oh,
Fuck it. Joey, roll for me. I can't
Yep,
find
it.
This could be awful.
All
Could
right.
be awful or it could be awesome.
10. 1. Okay.
I lose control.
Yep. And you're gonna, because you overcast it, you take another nightmare dice.
I'm at two.
So what happens is the lightning that's gathered around your wings explodes outward, and it's going to hit everyone involved in the combat except Apollon, because he's the epicenter. So roll glamour plus willpower.
To be fair, I was standing in front of the troll, so can the troll be behind me for bravarity's sake?
He's behind you, but it's going in like a wave outwards. Yeah, it's going in a wave
Can he
outward.
get a dodge roll? Like in all fairness.
he can get a
I don't
dodge
want to
roll,
kill him that way.
but he has to get more than 4 successes.
I don't want to do Tiger that way.
You do get a dodge roll type, but you got to get more than his activation successes on the unleashing.
Or on ignoring wound penalties.
Spend that willpower.
Oh god, and all that's all.
Oh,
I got exactly 4
dodge. You dodge.
So-
All right. So go ahead and
Swole
roll.
troll.
Roll your glamour plus willpower.
Glamour of okay.
5 and willpower. I'm not on your sheet, but I know your glamour's 5.
All right,
Willpower
so
is-
that's 13 dice.
okay, go for it.
All right, I apologize to everybody. 1, 2,
1,
3, 4, 5.
5 damage.
5 damage.
All right. He takes 3. As the lightning washes over him, and then he's stunned for the next round. You guys' Dragon's Eye should be both on. It's been 2 rounds, so you guys should both be on 7.
Mhm.
To dodge, so I think we're back at top of rounds if he's stunned.
I'm just recording stuff, so I have 3. Oh.
Sorry.
And actually, I have to roll one more thing.
I hope you enjoy Apollon, Joey.
Oh, it's great. I love the ham. She also has it's
Not
okay.
gonna lie.
Apollon almost got everybody killed in like a fountain of rage.
All right, so she also takes 3 as the blast hit Lady Lee in the back and stunned her. And it is, yes, it's top of round. So
Chop, 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 chop.
go for it. You cannot dodge, but you can soak.
A headshot.
Headshot, that's going to add +3 to your diff and +2 damage dice if you hit.
I thought it was +2, not
So it should
+3.
It is +3 because actually Marcus was showing me this the other day.
What?
I thought +3 is if you go for a super small target like an eye or something, and then a headshot
Going
is
for his
+2.
face.
I could be wrong.
Let me double check.
I usually ignore the headshot penalties because the only character I go for headshots has crap shot.
Right? Because on combat summary chart, I believe. No. Combat maneuvers, that's what it was. Okay. Yes, +2. I know, but only +1 damage because it is a immediate small target. So you're at standard diff of 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
If
So-
agile counts, it's 6.
Yes, it would count for this.
So
Roll over
5.
+1 +2. No,
Oh.
+1 +1. So your strength +2 plus your 5 rollover.
Strength of 4.
+2.
Rollover of 5. So that's
Yep.
9 plus 10.
11.
11.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep. He takes 3 more. So he is at, I believe, in cap.
No, that was fun for all the family. Literally and metaphorically.
Alright,
Okay,
so in a
and-
bloodlust, Apollon is not gonna let this dude go. With his knife, he's gonna keep stabbing him in the face. Because
Can I
he's
curb
on.
stomp him?
What'd you say, Tiger?
Can I curb stomp him? Because fuck this guy.
Yes.
Well, Joey, what did I walk in on?
They decided to siege the Baron's freehold. They may have both taken 4 lethal in two rounds.
They besieged the barons.
Hey,
Oh dear.
Rite of Rescue.
Right, yep. He
Right,
may
of
have
rescue.
abducted someone. Or a lot of someone's.
Which barons, Freehold?
The
Gwydion.
Gwydion, yep.
You're in Duke Baron Faces McFace's house.
Fuck you, fight me, you long neck bitch.
Where are we in Baron Face's house?
You guys are they are actually on the outside of the they're in the dreaming outside of the castle. You are currently engaged in battle with a number of chimera. You have a number of chimera on your side, but that is what Cardillan has been doing. He's been fighting like 100 chimera with about 100 chimera on his side.
Yeah.
And Lady Ali has been helping. But when dude bro dies, they begin to dissipate.
Thank God.
Okay. In that case, I guess Cardlin will make his way into the freehold, kind of, covered in blood, his armor battered to shit.
I take his head as a trophy.
God damn it, Anthony.
Fuck you, fight me.
As Cardillan, so as you guys are like battling your way through the few defenders, this dude steps forward and levels his sword at Cardillan.
Mm.
Like an "I'm a duel you bitch" type of manner.
I know this guy. I fought this guy. Or I didn't fight this guy. You know
question.
something?
Can I loot that
sorry.
other guy's sword? Sorry.
Yes, you can. It
That's
is
mine now.
+4 sword.
Get it. It's mine now.
I'm going to have serious talks with people about looting corpses of knights at some point. A talk will be imminent. You know what? Cardlin will raise his sword to salute the other chap. But before I do this, I'm gonna Joey, can you link me the forum? Because for some reason I can never seem to find the forum link.
I'm not gonna link you to Anthony's sheet. I'm gonna link you to the character sheets section.
It might be wise.
There's a lot of ham on my sheet.
I was gonna say literally just read Anthony's sheet. The trophy section is as long as my arm. I'm just sitting there going, damn. Poor old Cardlin just sitting there going, I don't like to kill people. Fucking get him! Get the ass! So at this point, well, apparently the evil chimera have dissipated. The castle itself is falling. So Baron Hammerfell will kind of straighten himself up to his full height, and he will look at Mofo, and he will say, in his commanding she voice, "Your castle has fallen. Your lord abandoned you. The fact of the matter is, you are beaten, sir. I have no great wish to end your life. I will if needs be, however. Throw down your sword, surrender to me, and you will be treated well. Failure to do this, and you speak not only for yourself, but on behalf of the men whom you command. They shall be treated in the same manner you would have me treat you."
Babylon raises the severed head. This is the fate that awaits you.
He doesn't even like flinch. He just he just keeps his blade leveled at Cardillan and says, "We are all honor bound to defend this place to the death. We cannot let this palace fall any more than you can let it stand."
He will nod. And what was his name, Sir?
Litan ap Gwydion.
Sir Litan. There will come a time when a poet. There will come a point when a poet will sing of your last stand here and how you stood for folly, but you stood for folly bravery. But you stood for folly bravely. I shall sing that litany when the day comes, but now I send you to your grave.
Okay. So as you guys feel a lot of power build and explode from this dude as you say that. He spends 2 glamour, takes the nightmare dice.
Oh no.
This is happening again.
It's
He
fucking
keeps
Mr.
the
Bones.
unleashing under control.
Mr. Bones Wild Ride.
And so what happens is you feel like this heat build, and then it is just an explosion of fire away from him as he unleashes Pyretics.
Well.
Are we rolling to dodge?
Oh, this was
Let me think.
Can I unleash
Is
a
this-
response?
Yeah, I was gonna say I might have to unleash in response.
We might
Yeah.
have to. We might have to up the ham.
okay. Tiger, yes. What art are you going to unleash in response?
Skycraft. Skycraft. I'm just gonna make a giant fucking rainstorm right here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. If you overcast,
Alright.
bad things will happen.
Bad thing happens. Yeah. I believe I had one nightmare. Skycraft as well. So I will take that into account. Rolling 6 dice at diff 7. Also using my only 2 glamour.
Is it delicious, Glamour?
It was pretty delicious while I got exactly 2 successes. I'm good.
Yes.
Okay. So he is technically defender in this instance, so the Pyretics unleashing is burning through the rainstorm since you guys tied. Slowing the Pyretics unleashing to where you guys are like able to back up without getting engulfed immediately.
Yeah.
Does it look like this unleashing will destroy the freehold?
Yes.
Oh, okay. This
It is
makes-
actually heading primarily towards the freehold.
Yeah.
What the hell? He's going to kill everyone. Sick fuck.
He just said he can't let it
Hashtag no
fall.
chill.
He literally just said he can't let it fall, and now he's blowing it up. What the
Well,
fuck?
That's not letting it fall. That's keeping it out of your guys' hands.
No, he's
But I
just
mean, that's
made a
still like
tactical
destroying
move.
it.
No, like they talk about this in the book. He's gonna take all of Manhattan and maybe half of fucking Bronx.
Well, I just lost my house.
It's just fucking gone. It's just like this glamour hole. Like, what happened here? Everything is fucked.
So
let
what do
me
you,
think. Let me think. Maybe okay. Because I was going to unleash naming in order to change the fire to something that wouldn't hurt, like just a gust of wind. Admittedly, the wind would still probably blow us into things, but it wouldn't burn everything into
Insane.
existence.
Yeah, what set off a tactical nuke?
I would personally rather get thrown 20 feet in the air than, have a large chunk of the city chimerically burned down.
Not burned down. It ceased to exist. Just a fucking wave of heat.
Actually, Tiger makes a decent point. I think he might be the defender. Because the unleashing would be an attack action. Because he's using the unleashing to attack.
I was saying I'm a defender because I'm playing Luke Cage.
Oh. Oh, my point is still valid. Dang it. Let me think. What to do. Because if we don't do something about it, not only are we probably dead, but
everyone
a
in
large
the
chunk of this. Yeah. Not to mention all the friendly Chimera. No!
Fuck the Chimera, like all of these Cathane lives fucking decimated.
Yeah, okay. Okay, gotta do it. What could possibly go wrong?
Everything.
He said, oh wait, shit, no, Tiger said I'm not allowed to say that anymore.
Okay,
I never
so
said
you're
that.
gonna spend
I'm just-
glamour and take a nightmare dice?
Yep,
So I believe you already have some. Let me check.
I have a single nightmare dice on Carolyn because he unleashed once.
Okay, so you have another one.
Yeah, yes.
'Cause
Oh,
I
do
know
you
I
add
added
the
in your
nightmare? Do you add the nightmare dice when you unleash? Do you add that nightmare dice to the roll, or do you not?
Yes.
You do.
So
Oh.
on your nightmare counter, I have 2.
Well then. He can successfully controls the unleashing. As he says, he was what to do, because it's a wall of fire. So what does he want to turn it into? A wall of puppies. No.
No, that's a bad idea. Then we'll have a bunch of puppy blood.
Yeah.
Doggos! So many dead doggos!
Yeah, we don't
Uh,
want
Corgis.
Yeah, I think turning it to wind might be a decent idea. Sure, it might throw us, but it's not going to destroy the freehold and kill thousands of people. So,
I mean, it's gonna kill
Mhm.
thousands. It isn't that big. There's only a 2 success unleashing.
okay, well, it's not going to burn down the freehold because those are important, and if we lose them, I have to answer to the count. Oh, I have to answer to the count. Oh, anyway, but yes, so he will say he will demand that the fire change its existence as he speaks its true name out loud, and he will say, "Be as the air."
So it will turn into air that is let me roll something, because you guys are launched high into the air and then you land. The only one who wouldn't take falling damage is Apollon, but I will need a dexterity athletics from Apollon in order to get his wings working where he is able to fly in the wind.
I regret nothing.
3 successes.
Oh my god, Tiger,
yeah,
this is like
you're
the
able
one
to-
time we can actually say this in a World of Darkness game and legit mean it. Looks like Team Rocket's blasting off again.
Yeah. Everybody, so Cardalin and name Stigmund to take 1 bashing.
Ow.
And you were blasted across the city. Cardalin is somewhere in the Bronx. Sigmund is in the East River, and they're not East River, in Hudson.
Oh god.
And brain's not working. Apollon is flying over the border between Staten Island and Manhattan.
Fucking full speed ahead. Fight me, you long neck coward.
This is the greatest character ever, I'm not gonna lie. Fight me! Fucking fight me! This is like one of Kim's characters.
bring it.
Fucking bleeding out of his chest, but he's fucking has the bloodlust. Let's get it.
You know something? Cardinal is gonna pick himself up, rush himself off, take out his cell phone, and order an Uber.
Yeah.
We're gonna the lake bed or the bank, the coast, whatever. Get up on. Realize it is now completely soaked and probably dead, and then just kind of sigh heavily.
I mean,
I'm
you're
nearly
not wrong.
convinced that at some point we should run a hunter game. We should run like a Hunt of the Reckoning game where everyone plays Uber drivers, because the amount of shit you probably see would probably turn you into a hunter before long.
Okay. So are you guys trying to make your way back to the Freehold, or?
Yeah.
This is a bitch of a Gwydion. He fucking did this. He disgraces the Falcon.
So by the time you guys get back to the Freehold, 'cause it takes you a bit to get back there, the balefire is extinguished.
Oh.
The castle is collapsing.
That sucks.
And the Gwydion is dead. He was killed by the Scatha.
Well, this was a failure.
Cardlin is going to look down. He's going to kneel down over the corpse of the Gwydion, and he's going to close his eyes, if his eyes aren't already closed. And he's going to say, "He fought and died for the greatest of ideals, the loyalty to his liege lord. Regardless how misguided, it is still something that is worth the honoring."
Apollon will now bow. I still have my fucking trophy. Showing up to the fucking count. This is the traitor. Give me my fucking barony now.
So what do you guys do from there?
Apollon's bleeding out of his chest. Everyone's dead?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Yeah, his
Goddamn it.
unleashing killed most of the defenders of the city, of the Freehold.
Oh. God damn it. Wait. Are they chimerically dead or dead?
They died in the dreaming, so they're dead.
This may be a supremely stupid idea, and I will lose control of this. But fuck it. According to the rules, I can do a Chronos unleashing, untrained.
I have that. That is not. I do not. You are not allowed to unleash without having dots in the art.
You are fucking ruining my fun, Joey. God damn it.
Which one says it's pyretics, right?
Yeah. Wait, chill out.
That box.
Oh, yeah.
Well, unless you wanted to do like, I don't even think Chronos unleashings can turn back time. I'd have to look.
They can.
They can.
Damn.
What do I have?
Yeah, a changeling wielding unleashed time magic can seek vengeance by making a wound refuse to heal, cause those around her to lose days, and possibly even travel to the roost.
Does anybody have pyretics?
Nope.
I don't have glamour, even if I did.
Yeah, I don't have the glamour. Right.
Harvest it from nearby dead chimera.
That's true.
I mean, you would have been able to if they hadn't been like cleansed by the Pyretics unleashing. You'd have to hunt something down.
Well,
Alright.
I say the people doing the fighting are pretty tired.
Cardlin will stand and he'll kind of brush himself off as he does so, and he will say, "This castle may fall to ruins. Let it. However, I will not let the dreaming be diminished. So, I want it to be known, and I swear this oath once, I swear it twice, and I swear it thrice in the dreaming's name, that I will not sleep in the same bed twice beneath the same moon, should I not rebuild this place so it can once more be a bastion of freedom." Sorry, so can we once more a bastion of freedom and the dreaming's ideals. This I swear, that before this war, let me think, what is a reasonable time frame? This I swear, that before the new moon comes 12 times, that I shall rebuild. I do not like this man who will take away everything, who will turn his soldiers into pawns for his idealisms and use their loyalty as his weapon. He will look at Sigmund and he will say, "There was no sign of Baron Swiftfell, no?"
Not that I saw, my lord.
Damn. What
Well,
hole has he
can I-
crawled down?
Joey,
Yes.
dice. I'm looking for
Alright.
Luke's brother and family.
Investigation dice. Yes. Perception investigation to search through the ruins of the castle before it collapses.
Okay. Spending a point of willpower. Uh, 3 successes. You just killed off a 4-year-old's entire family.
4 successes, you said?
3.
Great. So, as you search through, you manage to find the underground dungeons, and you find adults and a child passed out. The adults are mortals, but the child is a Kithane.
Oh, he's alive.
Looks to be about 7. Yep.
I fly to him, pick him up.
He is actually drying out.
Gotta get into some water.
I'm gonna take off my shirt because I just came from the lake, and I'm gonna just like drape it over him.
It does have to be salt water.
I could get him there quicker. So I fly to the Queen's. Alright. Fucking do it. I will fly as fast as my wings can take me to believe that's the. I'm trying to get my geography right of fucking Manhattan.
That's fair.
Yeah, it would be the Hudson. Yeah, we're flying to the Hudson.
Okay. You're staying in the dreaming to do this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have to worry about people seeing you. So you will make it there. You did once you put him in the water. He stops drying out. Still unconscious.
Once he's dried off, take him back to Freehold. I will first, before I go back to my Freehold with child in tow. It was a honor, my Baron. Bow.
The Baron's kind of caught up in his own thoughts, but he will kind of give you a nod as he says, before this comes to an end, I sense that there will be many more sacrifices that will need to be made. And as I can see you are indeed handy with your blade, I shall hope that when the time comes, you will aid us in this great endeavor, Sir Athlon.
My word as a falcon, you will have my blade.
Very good. Very well. He'll kind of turn and say he'll kind of put his hand on one hip as he turns to Sigismund, and he'll say, we should probably return before they start to think that we have too fallen to an unpleasant fate. Now we need to find out where the hell the Baron is and drag him out of, or that thing that wears the Baron's face, and drag it out of its hole.
How much of... Go ahead, sorry.
He'll nod to the Baron and then turn to Apollon and say, those in honor fighting by your side, Sir Apollon.
You get a fist pump. You're the first commoner he likes.
Hell
You
yeah.
will not immediately be cold shit. Joey. If you are still there, question.
I'm here. Am I muted? No. Okay. I wasn't sure.
Okay.
Sometimes I mute myself by accident. So.
How much of her family is still alive?
You have the two adults that you found who possibly could be her parents, and then the kid.
Yeah. All right. I'll just be encumbered, and I will just take the 2 adults and the kid.
When you get back to your freehold, Lucy is sleeping. Like your squires like wove some clouds into a blanket for her, and she's sleeping.
I will put the little boy to bed.
Okay.
And Apollon will kind of keep vigil.
Okay.
And kind of
Oh.
shoo away people that would attend to his wounds.
Okay. I gotcha. What is Cardlin and Sigmund doing for the end of the scene?
I think we're just trekking back to my freehold and making sure nothing else is burning on the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if everyone is good, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watch for watching, and remember, cantrips are fun.